Hi, we have seen the work done or the energy stored in assembling point charge distribution, and then we saw we can extend it for a continuous charge distribution. So the work done, which is stored as energy, which is the electrostatic energy for point charge distribution and continuous charge distributions were seen. Now we make a few comments on this expression or on this work done or electrostatic energy. Okay, so the first thing that we notice, there is a inconsistency in the two equations for the work done or the energy stored or for the electrostatic energy. Second equation that we see here, W equal to half sigma I equal to 1 to n Qi V of Pi. That gives the work done or energy stored in the case of point charge distribution. Here V of Pi is the potential at the charge Qi, and we sum over all the charges in the distribution. And from equation 2 we obtained equation 1. There W is equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square d tau, where E is the electric field, and we integrate over all space. This is a volume integral. Equation 1 is a volume integral, and we integrate over all space. Now regarding the equation 1, it is always positive. Okay, regarding the equation 1, it is always positive because we are taking square of the electric field. So whether it is positive or negative, since we are taking square, it will be always positive. But regarding the second equation, it can be positive or negative. Okay, depending upon the charges, it can be positive or negative. So there is an inconsistency. The energy or the work done can be positive or negative if for equation 2. From equation 2 we arrived at equation 1, and that equation is the work done obtained will be always positive. Okay, so there is an inconsistency. For example, if you take two equal and opposite charges, only two charges separated by a distance r, the energy will be minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q square by r. Okay, we have only two charges, so the energy will be this. Okay, now if we take energy of a point charge, the equation 2 says that the energy stored is equal to 0. Okay, if we are taking energy of a point charge, we have only one charge. So there is no potential at that charge because there are no charges surrounding it. So the potential is equal to 0. So energy there, we use the first equation, the second equation, W equal to half sigma equal to 1 to n Qi Vpi. Here Vpi, the potential at the charge, since we have only one charge, potential there due to all other charges, that is equal to 0. So the work done will be 0. Okay, so the energy stored or work done, that will be equal to 0 by equation 2. But if we are using equation 1, the field due to a point charge is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. So the expression is W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square whole square d tau. If we express it in spherical polar coordinate system, it will be r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. So we have to integrate over theta, we have to integrate over phi, we have to integrate over r. Okay, so this is a familiar expression to us. We have done similar integrations at many places. So when we integrate over sine theta d theta d phi, we will be actually getting 4 pi. Okay, so we have W equal to q square by 8 pi epsilon 0 integral 0 to infinity 1 by r square dr. Okay, so as we integrate, we will be getting minus 1 by r, and when we put the limits, since we have the lower limit as 0, we will have infinity. So in the case of the point charge, if we are using the first equation, we will be getting infinity as the energy stored or the work done. But if we are using the second equation, we will be getting 0. So there is an inconsistency in the two equations. So which equation is correct? Okay, so we have two equations, equation 1, equation 2. Equation 1 is obtained from equation 2. So which equation is correct? Okay, we show inconsistencies. Okay, inconsistencies. So which equation is correct? The answer is both are correct, but in different situations. Okay, both the equations are correct, but in different situations. Okay, so that is the answer when we consider the inconsistencies. Different situations. When we are using point charge distribution, we have to use one equation, and when we are using continuous charge distribution, another equation has to be used. Okay. Then the second thing is, where is the energy stored? Okay, there is a this question arises because actually we can have for a continuous charge distribution W equal to half integral rho v d tau. Rho the charge density, v is the potential, and from that by expressing rho in terms of electric field, we obtained equation 2, which is W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square d tau. So equation 1 tells that the energy is stored in the charges because we have a rho there. Equation 2 tells that the energy is stored in the field. So actually, where is energy stored? So this is the question. The thing is, both statements are correct, as we saw in the previous comment. Both statements are correct. Energy stored in charges or energy stored in the fields, depending upon the situation. Now, in radiation theory, okay, in radiation theory it is useful, and in general relativity it is essential to consider that energy stored in the field. Okay, so depending upon the situation, whether it is in the charges or it is in the field, the thing is, the energy is there, energy stored in the electrostatic field. Okay, and it is immaterial whether it is stored in the charge or whether it is considered as stored in the field. Okay, but in radiation theory and in general relativity, it is essential to consider energy as being stored in the field, and the density of the energy stored, that is given by half epsilon 0 E square. The density is the energy per unit volume. So from this expression, W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square d tau. D tau is the volume element, and we are integrating over the volume. So from this, half epsilon 0 E square is the energy stored per unit volume, or the density is given by, the energy per unit volume is given by half epsilon 0 E square. Okay. So that is about the second comment. The third one, the superposition principle. We have seen superposition principle with regard to the electric field, with regard to the potential. Here, what about the electrostatic energy? Does it obey superposition principle? We will see, or we can see that the electrostatic energy does not obey superposition principle. Okay, the electrostatic energy does not obey superposition principle. Okay, that we can see here. Suppose we have a compound system, a system actually that can be broken up into two systems, one producing electric field E1, other producing electric field E2. Okay, the energy of the compound system, that is given by epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square d tau. That is our expression. Here for E, I am giving E1 plus E2. E1 is the electric field produced by one part of the system. E2 the electric field produced by other part of the system. So total one, that is epsilon 0 by 2 integral E1 plus E2, vector E1 plus vector E2 square d tau. Okay. So as we take the square, we will get Ws equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral E1 square plus E2 square plus 2 E1 dot E2. 2 E1 dot E2 d tau. When we know 1 half epsilon 0 integral E1 square d tau, that is W1, half epsilon 0 integral E2 square d tau, that is W2, and then we have the epsilon 0 integral E1 dot E2 d tau. So we see W is not equal to W1 plus W2. If electrostatic energy had satisfied the superposition principle, W will be equal to W1 plus W2. W will be equal to W1 plus W2. But what we see here is W is not equal to W1 plus W2. Okay, so we clearly say the electrostatic energy does not obey superposition principle. So these are the comments that we make on the electrostatic energy. The first one is there is inconsistency in the two equations, one for the point charge distribution and the other for continuous charge distribution. Inconsistency is there. Then we have this where is the energy? The question of where is the energy stored? Is it in charges or is it in the field? And what we say, both are correct. Okay, both are actually correct depending upon the situation. Okay, and we show here the density, the energy per unit volume. The energy stored per unit volume is half epsilon 0 E square. And we need this expression at several places later. So this is important. The energy per unit volume in electrostatics or electrostatic field, that is half epsilon 0 E square. Okay. Then we clearly show the electrostatic energy does not obey superposition principle.